Okay.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, you completely shut it off, and
12% on the low end.
yeah, it's just again. So when we talk about this,
It is 12%. It's like 7% of oil and then 12% of everything.
That's a
And
that
the
is a lot.
captain's Indian. They don't really release a lot of information about the captain.
I doubt they would. You know, it's and
loose
again,
lips sink ships.
and again,
that would have probably been a better alternative for a lot of these people.
yeah, and again, we're not blaming anybody. We don't know. These are just the facts. You know,
No, but I mean, Jeff said it. It's either operator error or it's equipment failure.
Or an act of God.
Yes.
Yeah, which they're hoping. Some
You
people
know,
are hoping,
so-
obviously.
You know,
And I can't even imagine. Let's say they pin it on.
this is the third time Nova's gotten in.
Let's say they
social
pin it on the
recordings.
captain. I can't believe that company has got enough insurance to cover all the claims,
I imagine
because every insurance policy has got a cap.
I imagine, you know, when you're talking about ship insurance, their numbers are a little bit more.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but I mean, who's got $1 billion in insurance? Why would you ever need $1 billion?
Shipping companies. I mean, we're see the thing is like
How many times you ever heard of a claim this big?
I haven't, but I'm not in maritime.
No,
it's kind
you
of
would have.
like
I mean,
how
that's why this is such a big story.
I get my
because
car
we involve
fixed. I'm
the money.
going, son of a bitch! It costs $200 to get my car fixed. But anytime someone comes out to a ship, it probably costs $10,000 for this guy even to show up at the dock.
It's still the realities of life. How much insurance do you have in your house? Do you know?
No.
I guarantee it's not enough. But it's more than you want to pay. There's a balance between what you want to pay and what you're going to get.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
And I don't think that they're any different.
But I guess my argument is I think it's comparable to what we have going on. It's kind of like, you know, does it cover everything? No, but I bet they have a lot more money than a car would.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know,
but,
it's like.
But we're also not talking $100,000. We're talking $1 billion.
Right, you're right.
So, I mean,
But
a
the
half
cost
a
of
billion in insurance maybe. I mean, because again, they've got to pay premiums based on how much coverage. And premiums, for the most part, like your house insurance, thankfully, is just money you've thrown away every year. Well, until you need it.
Right.
So, the same thing with the shipping company. How much money are they throwing away on insurance? They have to balance the risk and the odds. They've got people that figure those out. The insurance companies have people that figure out all those numbers, and they decide, okay, I need this much coverage.
I would hate to be that bookkeeper.
And to think that it was the worst possible number, there's no way that everybody in the world is insuring for the worst possible catastrophe, or otherwise insurance people would be just happy as clams.
Can we agree that whoever's paying for this, their insurance is going to go up?
If they still have insurance. They may just be out of business because they may have to.
Yeah, they're not rolling around with like the
Depending on the
general
lawsuits, they may lose their company. I mean, the idea of, like, when you have insurance is so you don't have
United
to pay for
Auto
something.
Insurance. Like, they're not running around with the super liability just enough to get you on the road one.
Yeah, they're not going to have a company anymore. Very likely, if they're found at fault and negligent, once the insurance is out, then they come after them directly, and then that company goes bye-bye because they're going to have to sell every asset they have.
I can't remember. I think the Ever Given also, like a couple years ago, ran into another ship.
Yeah, a German ship or something.
It did? Yeah, you saw that too?
In 2019.
Yeah, it collided with another ship. Like, there's the Ever Given.
I would think that
it's
other
done.
ship is not doing real well.
Yeah, they're going to get
That's what you
dropped.
wanna-
Yeah, it wasn't near as big.
Second accident, no forgiveness here.
They paid off
Allstate
that
will not
first
come
one.
to their rescue.
Yeah, but either way, though, this will be interesting to see how this unfolds.
They did not have that little progressive thing that they plug into the dashboard.
Snapshot.
Snapshot.
No, that was the first thing the captain did is took that snapshot and tossed it into the canal.
Well, even Flo's going, ugh. You're on your own. You can't bundle this.
We're going to put that name your own price tool away.
We can name our own price. All right. But, yeah. So, unless anybody has anything else, I think we're wrapping up for today.
Well, no, I got a couple more things. Sorry.
Plot twist.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, a couple little trivia things. First of all, I mean, when we were talking about 12% goes through the canal, 90% of all non-bulk cargo worldwide is sent on container ships.
They're no joke.
No, they are no joke. And the Evergreen, for as big as it was, is not the biggest. The biggest is called. It is not the biggest
Biggest ship or
cargo ship.
it's not a cargo ship.
container ship.
Thank you.
It is not the biggest.
I know what I'm talking about. I researched this thing.
Yeah, the biggest is an HMM. I mean, it's one of the biggest, but it's not the biggest. The biggest is also 312 foot long, 200 foot wide, with 109 foot depth. You were asking
1,312.
1,312.
You said
But I didn't say
300.
it.
You said
Yeah.
312.
Yeah,
I
I forgot the one. 1,312.
That's just a
That
20
has
boat.
it has a almost, and I mean it's 2,400 capacity, container capacity.
Okay.
It's huge. I mean, obviously, so is Ever Given, but
Ever Given is definitely among the biggest, though.
yes, it is amongst the biggest.
And I think because another thing that I looked up because I wanted to see like biggest ships ever. There were a couple other ones that were just massively bigger, like especially with length and stuff, but they're not active anymore. So I think oil tankers are typically a little bigger than a container ship. And for those who are thinking about it, carrier ships, they are smaller. These container ships are bigger than a carrier. They're gigantic.
Okay, and lastly, as the Suez Canal neared completion, a French sculptor by the name of Bartholdi
Oh yeah.
tried to convince Lesseps, he was that original engineer.
I was so upset about this story.
And the Egyptian government to let him build a structure or a sculpture called Egypt Bringing Light to Asia at the Mediterranean entrance. He was inspired by what? The Colossus of Rhodes.
Yeah.
He envisioned a 90-foot tall statue of a woman clothed in Egyptian peasant robes holding a massive torch, which would also serve as a lighthouse to guide ships into the
Where have I
canal.
seen that before?
That project didn't materialize, but he continued shopping the idea for his statue. And in 1886, he unveiled a final completed version
In New York.
in New York.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something we call it.
That's where I'm.
Yeah, officially it's called Liberty Enlightening the World, so he had to change the name a little bit. And
So
that's the Statue
what
of
I
Liberty.
got out of that is we were regifted.
Well, we got a hand-me-down idea, that's for darn sure.
Yeah. That takes so
Hey, I got these American suckers. I'll buy anything.
I made this especially for you. Oh, that hurt to hear, man. I saw that too. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding. But, you know. Actually, just for fun, but last thing before we go. Has anyone seen a giant ship being put into water? Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, where they launch it like down the
down-
slide.
Yeah.
Oh, it is terrifying.
But you can't not watch it.
Oh, dude, it is both terrifying and completely amazing at the same time.
And then I can't help but think, like, man, can you imagine being in the wake? Like you're at a wave pool at like Disney or something, and then it's like,
At Disney, they jumped.
Did you see what the cost of that boat, those boats are?
No.
I think it's like $170 million.
That's
I mean, that's it? That's a lot of money for a boat.
How do you know?
You find me a boat that's more expensive.
Okay. I don't know.
$170 million.
well, considering I got like $28 in my wallet, that's like that's significantly more.
Okay. You want me to tell you how much a car costs? How much
Let's say a car. Yeah, not quite.
Yeah, obviously it's not the same. How much does a jet cost? I don't know. It could be that what you just said could be on the low end, it could be on the high end. I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
$170
Good
million
talk.
just sounds like a lot of money to me. I don't know. I live in a different world than you.
Hold on. If we're just talking about, does it sound like a lot of money? Yes, but if you would have just said, like, if you would have asked me how much you think it costs to build and whatever that ship, I think I probably would have guessed more than $170 million. I don't know why. Something that magnitude that can be in service for that long, and I mean, I don't know. I could see being more. Like, if you would have said $200 million, I'm like, oh, okay, or really, like, I have no frame of reference. I just would have, I don't know. Hard to say. Would you pay $170 million for it?
If I had it, I mean, I'd buy some questionable stuff if I had it.
Well, wait. Is the Ever Given? If you bought that now, is it more expensive now, or is it less expensive?
Oh no, that's on a discount right now.
But would it be worth more because of what it was?
I can't imagine that.
Oh, you mean
It's
like
gonna
buying
change a whole lot.
the actual
So, like,
ship?
Like, yeah. Like, if you bought a Beanie Baby that had a defect and now it's worth like $1 gajillion. Or
Oh,
you-
yeah.
I'm guessing there's not as many
I'm just saying.
Ever Given buyers as there are like Beanie Baby
I'm just saying.
collectors.
Does Ever Given's price because of what it went through? Is it more
Yeah. Oh yeah.
or less?
Maybe in a few years, but right now you got to pay to get it out of there.
Okay, that's fine. You have to pay for it. I mean, it's got to do its thing
Now,
now.
when that
but
company
is it gonna
goes bankrupt and they're trying to sell for whatever, it's going to be a seller's
Oh, yeah.
or a buyer's market.
So when everything's done, it's out of service, it's done. Do they salvage it, or do they keep part of it in some kind of in a museum because this is the ship that blocked the Suez Canal for 6 days?
I don't see it going to a museum.
I don't see them
I think it
keeping.
could.
I see it goes to a boat museum somewhere.
I don't see them keeping the whole thing. That's a huge.
Why
ship.
would you take
Well, not-
$170
not the
million
whole thing,
dollar
not the whole thing.
Oh yeah, parts of it for sure would go somewhere, but
the captain's head, for instance?
right.
Again, we don't know whose fault it was.
I
But
don't know. I mean, you see like cars, right? You see like movie cars, like this is the Bond car, like used in this exact film.
It didn't cost $170 billion.
But it
or
gets-
million
million,
dollars.
Jeff.
But it
Still
gets
real money.
Billion,
It's
million. I'm
showcased.
not going to see it anyway. So like
Yeah.
a billion and a million. I mean,
I think they could salvage part of it. And I'm not talking about like keeping it in a harbor or anything, but like I don't know. They kept Ghost Ship for however long. Remember that thing in the old Illinois harbor or port?
oh yeah.
That Ghost Ship. I don't know why they kept that thing there for so long. Probably they called it Christmas decorations or something. But
If a ship is still seaworthy, which I don't know if they've determined or not, I'm sure it probably is.
I'm about to reject your statement here. But go ahead.
If it's still seaworthy, they're going to use it.
Denied. Not true. Ghost Ship. Case in point.
170 million.
Didn't move for years.
170 million. That doesn't just grow on trees. They can't just say, "Oh well, we'll let that
It's
one
paper.
go."
It does grow on trees.
Not that kind of money.
Yeah.
They don't make trees that big.
They don't make boat trees. All right. That's going to wrap us up for today. We hope you had a good time. If you want to contact us, you can do so at triviarogues@gmail.com. Again, triviarogues@gmail.com. That's quiet. Did it reset? It did. triviarogues@gmail.com. Again, triviarogues@gmail.com. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Fed Up Apparel and Puzzles Plus. Make sure you tell them that the Rogue sent you. They're great companies with great products. Make sure you check out Brain Ladle Podcast and Pie Quiz for your podcast needs. Until next time, see you later.
Bye bye.